Okay, today I'm going to explain to you how you're going to center your steering wheel, assuming that you already have a good alignment. The alignment tags, normally they do center your steering wheel, but they do not encounter all the roads that you normally drive on, and with some roads having crowning and all those things, um, your steering wheel might be canted to one side. All right, so in my case, like you can see in this diagram, I have set a little bit of toe in. Of course, this is exaggerated. It's only 1 degree of toe in, so this meeting point is very far ahead, right? Doesn't matter whether you have zero toe, a toe in or toe out. This method will work. All right. So what happened now is my car is going straight, but the steering wheel is a little bit to the left, and it's annoying me, so I need to straighten it back. Of course, I can go back to the alignment shop, but it's a bit far away, so I'm going to do it myself, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So my car is a rear-wheel drive car, and it has the steering rack ahead of the wheel. Some cars have it behind the front wheel. All right, so in this case, this is ahead of the wheel, and it affects a bit, but the method of adjustment, but the basic how you say, the basic theory remains the same. All right, so let's say you have a little bit of toe in and your steering wheel is canted to the left. One thing you need to remember is these your wheels will find its own center when you're driving. All right, it will always find its own center, and which is the absolute center. All right, so because of that, you need to adjust your wheel to turn to the left. All right, why is that so? All right, so imagine that now you're going straight like this and your steering wheel is canted to the left. So what you need to do is you need to adjust your tie rods on this side and this side so that the so that the wheels will point slightly to the left, very slightly, both left and right in equal measure. So what does this do is, now that you have your wheel slightly to the left, when you will find its own center when you're driving, you would go to the right like this, and it will be pointed still in the toe in because you have moved the rods in equal measure, both left and right, and you will pull the steering wheel to the right. You can see here, you will pull the steering wheel slightly to the right. All right, so you just have to turn a little bit only. All right, so on my car, the rack is ahead of the wheel. So what I need to do is, in order to make it to turn slightly to the left, is I need to shorten this side of the rod, and I need to lengthen this side of the rod. Probably only 1/16 of a turn. All right, a very small amount. All right, so if it's not enough, then you have to keep redoing a bit until your steering wheel is centered. All right, so but the thing is, it gets confusing because you don't know which direction you need to turn the rack ends. All right, so here I have a bolt just to show you. All right, normally the rack end will use a normal trade convention, which is righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right, so imagine that this is your rack inner end. All right, and you are now looking at the right wheel. All right, and the center line of the wheel is behind here. All right, your rack is in front, so I need to get my wheel to turn to the left a bit. All right, so you can see here, when I turn this nut, this direction is going inside, going closer. That means I'm shortening, right? So this thread of this nut is the same direction as the thread of your tie rod end that is attached to your knuckle. All right, so in this case, when I turn this way, it's going inside. I need to turn my tie rod this way also, same direction as the nut, but I cannot do that because the tie rod is attached to the knuckle and I don't want to open that. All right, so what I can do is I can turn this rack end in the opposite direction of what I need. That means I need to turn it this direction, so I turn this in this direction, a small amount. All right, first, of course, I need to mark it with a white paint before I do the adjustment. All right, so on the other side, let's say now I'm going to the left front wheel. All right, so sorry, this is inside, let's say I'm going to the left like that, right? And I need to lengthen this side a bit. Okay, need to lengthen this side a bit. So if I turn this way, I'm shortening. I turn this way, I'm lengthening. So that means I need to turn the tie rod in this direction to lengthen. But I cannot do that because it's attached to the knuckle. So what I can do is, I need to turn this way, and then I turn this way. Okay, or the opposite side of what I need. Alright, to lengthen it. And turn it the same amount or close to the same amount. Alright, that way you will get equal adjustment on left and right, and you'll still maintain your toe in without disturbing the toe in, and you centered your steering wheel. All right. Okay, right here I will give you another example of a steering rack that is behind the center line of the wheel. So it's the same adjustment I need to do. I need to turn. My steering wheel is canted a bit to the left. I need to adjust both of these to turn a little bit to the left. All right. So in this case, it's an opposite thing I need to do. That means I need to lengthen this side and shorten this side. So if it's ahead of the wheel, then I need to shorten this side and lengthen this side. Okay, remember, shorten, lengthen for the front, and this side is lengthen, shorten. Okay, and then it will find its own center. When you start driving, it will find its own center, and it will start pulling your steering wheel to the right, and which is hopefully centered. Here we are at the right front right wheel, and as I explained earlier, I need to get this right side to be going left inwards a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I have a white mark over here. I'm going to add another white mark on this inner tie rod to make sure they're in line, and then I'm going to loosen this nut. Then we'll try to figure out which side we need to shorten, bring this in a little bit. So then we need to figure out which way to turn this. All right, I'll teach you how to broke loose this nut. You can see here with a 22mm spanner. All right, and when I broke it loose, it went this way. All right, so as you can see from this nut, when I turn it clockwise, it goes inside. So the thread of the nut is the same as the thread on this tie rod end. So that means if I open this from here, all right, and I turn this way, it will go inside. All right, so for me, I cannot open this now because I don't want to have extra work. So the easiest way for me now is to turn this in the opposite direction. So if I have to turn this way to bring it in, I need to turn this one in the opposite direction. So since I only have a little bit of canting towards the left side, I'm going to turn just 1/16 of a turn. All right. Okay, I've turned this way inwards, so that means this will bring this tie rod inside. All right, inside just by a little bit. You can see here. All right. Now I'm going to tighten this, and I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We're in the left front wheel now, and I have marked the tie rod and the inner tie rod. All right. So now I'm going to loosen this nut, which I think is going to be this way. All right. So I'll confirm that first. Loosen it. Okay, I've loosened the nut, and as you can see from here, if I turn it clockwise, it's going inside towards that side, right? So from what I said earlier, I need to move this wheel a bit more to the left. That means I need to push this tie rod and knuckle out. So if I open this over here and I turn this way, same way as a nut, I'm bringing it closer, which is what I don't want. So that means I need to turn it in the opposite direction, counterclockwise, to get it to go out. So if I need to turn, but I cannot turn this, so the only way is for me to turn this opposite direction of what I need. So this one I need this way, this one I need to turn this way. Alright, so I'm going to turn a very small amount, so this line will be offset from here a bit. Alright, 1/16 of a turn, and call it a day. Okay, I've tightened back this nut. As you can see, it's already been turned 1/16 of a turn. This mark and this mark is going inwards this way. Alright, so now this is moved out just a little bit. Alright, and then I can I can go back to this.